Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Hello, and welcome to Tim Friend. Today, you are joined by me. I mean, it's always me, but today it's really especially me, Tim Friend, your host and also your friend. Today we're going to be playing a game called The Last Spell. It's not the final release of this game, as indicated by the title of the video and by the work in progress pre-alpha demo disclaimer down here in the bottom left. This is... I first played this demo, or at least not this demo, but a previous version of the demo during the PAX Online event, where I downloaded it and then just kept freaking playing it to the point where I had to really fucking actually stop and do my job. This game's really fun. We'll get into more of what it is as we play, but I'm excited to show it to you. This is a new build than what I've played before. I got it pretty much down to a science when I was playing it over the PAX Online demo release, but this is different. You can see I've started a game and I was like, oh, it's got some different stuff. So, but we're gonna start from the beginning, and we'll see how far we can go. So the last spell is a we'll go through this how to play. So we've got to protect the magic circle for 5 days. We lose if the magic circle is destroyed, or we lose all our heroes. This is a sort of a tactics turn-based roguelike, if you will. We get to build defenses in our little town that you can vaguely see in the background. We will fight a bunch of not quite zombies, but horrible mutants. And then we will use our loot during the daytime to upgrade our shit. Hopefully be a little bit better at surviving. Camera, skills, whatever. Great. Okay, so here's our little town. We got 3 heroes. We got Rolando, fantastic name. We got Stormy, and we got Brielle. They are all randomized. Like, it ain't nothing standard about these champions. Let's take a look at them. We got Brielle. You can see she's got a bunch of stats over here. Physical, range damage, etc., armor. Her equipment, though, is a rusty 2-handed sword, and she's got worn heavy armor, which I think is dope, because that is going to really come in handy during the combat. Each hero also comes with a few randomized sort of traits. So she is a carrier. She's got another bag slot, which is cute. Plus 10 health, sure. Plus 4% resistance, which is delightful. Plus resistance is just straight up damage reduction. So she'll reduce damage incoming by 4%. She's aggressive, so she's got a plus 3% physical damage. She's swift, which is plus 2 movement points, which helps cancel out the minus 1 movement points from her carrier trait, and also the minus 2 movement points from her worn heavy armor, giving her a movement points of base 7 plus 1 minus 2 to 6, which is pretty fantastic because she's going to be probably our melee character, just based on the equipment and the movement points and the physical damage and the resistance that she's got. Let's see. Next we got Stormy. Stormy is a sniper. I mean, that pretty much locks her into fucking pretty much range duty, huh? She's also a hoarder, so she gets plus 2 bag slots. I guess that'll be useful. I'm not super jazzed about it, but she's also clumsy, which gives her minus 10% dodge. So yeah, she's going to be a range character. And we got Rolando, who is a vagrant, so he can't carry as much, but he gets more movement and less mana. He's hardy, okay, and he's steadfast. Wow, Rolando is actually pretty much also set up to be a melee character. He's wearing some decent armor. Let's do what I normally do, which is immediately take everyone's clothes off, so we can put it in the best conceivable place in a way that's better to compare. So the worn heavy armor, the armor, you can see it's got an armor stat of plus 16. This worn medium armor. And what that is like it's temporary hit points that reset every turn. So you can see they've both got the same plus 16 armor, but the worn heavy armor has plus 5 block, which is just straight up damage reduction. It's also got this ability tied to it, Fortify. And that's key, because all of your character's abilities come from their equipment. So having a rusty 2-handed sword here gives us 4 abilities based on the sword. We're actually going to just put Rolando's shit back on because it's good. Rolando's abilities come from his Novice's Tome of Secrets. Stormy's abilities come from her wooden hand crossbow. So everyone, like, she's a range character because she has a hand crossbow. More than her stats, more than her traits, more than anything else. So again, here's our town. Sorry if I'm going pretty quick. We'll get the hang of this. It's not that bad. There's just a lot of systems going on. Our town is surrounded by purple stuff that will turn into purple fog when it turns to nighttime, which it is about to, as soon as we hit end phase. And then a bunch of not quite zombies are going to approach us from the east, so we can freely just move our little friendlies, our little heroes around. Let's actually put Rolando up there and her down here. Rolando has shockingly good armor for a ranged character, but that's not a problem. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in Ha. Okay, so it's sort of like a wave-based tactics game. It's interesting. We're gonna see enemies just come from here again and again and again as the night progresses. You can see the sort of nighttime progression bar up here. When the moon hits the sort of sparkly indicator, that means the night is over, but we still have to beat every horrible mutant creature that is still standing at that point. So we're gonna have to fight them off, and they're trying to get to our magic circle in here. But on their way, they're probably going to knock up against our walls, our ruined buildings, our not ruined buildings, and definitely our heroes as they go. We just got to prevent them from hitting our mages here. It's very important. So how does combat work in this game? Well, each hero has 3 resources tied to them. They've got action points, they got movement points, they got mana. Action points, you can see, are like the cost of attacks. You can see abilities down here. They've got like Shadow Bolt. Costs 1 action point. You can see the little 1 on there. Weakening Touch costs 1 action point and 1 mana. And moving around costs 1 movement point per square moved. Is pretty simple stuff. Action points and movement points are regenerated every turn. Mana is only replenished every day, but it's only replenished so much. So like Rolando is only going to get 3 mana back every morning. That's not a lot. That means we're only going to get 1 efficient use of his Lightning Strike command. In addition to the costs, there's also limitations. You can see Shadow Bolt has limit 3 per turn under its stat block. It's got damage 42 to 94, targets 1, limit per turn 3. So we can't just sit in one place and spam Shadow Bolts. I mean, to a degree we can, but only 3 per turn. So let's check it out. We've selected Shadow Bolt. As we mouse over these horrible enemies, you can see there's a couple different types. Some of them are claws. You can see in the top right. They're just kind of your basic friends. They got 100 HP. They don't really have any damage resistance, dodge, anything like that. But then we've got runners, who are a little bit weaker, but they move faster. This makes sense because they're called runners. And then we've got armored. They used to be called guards, I believe, and they've got armor, which sucks. Armor, as I've said, is sort of temporary hit points. The enemies sometimes have it too, like the armored guys. But the thing about armor is that it refreshes every turn. So we've got to go all the way through his armor and then through his HP to make sure he's not gaining a full freaking 70 HP back every turn, effectively. As we mouse over enemies, you can see sort of different symbols appear. This means I'm going to hit him. It's not that big a deal. This one means I might kill him. As you can see, the runner has 70 HP in the top right, and our Shadow Bolt will do 42 to 94 damage. So if we get a high roll on this Shadow Bolt, we could eliminate this runner in one shot. We did not do so. This does not surprise me, but it does disappoint me. We're gonna, I mean, shit. Okay, so we've got the Shadow Bolt. That does not end Rolando's turn. We can do anything in any turn order that we want to. We can have Stormy take a single move, and then have Brielle take a single move, and then have Rolando take a single move. Everyone's still got their action points and shit ready to go. Let's see what we've got over here. We've got Slow Death. That's pretty cool. Limit 1 per turn. Set. The hand crossbow's got like a quick shot, just a straight up damage move. It's multi-hit, so it lets us have 2 targets with it, which is it's neat. Lets us try to pick off weakened foes, excuse me, like this runner. Let's get a little closer to it. Yeah, there we go. So ranged weapons like bows and hand crossbows and shit have something called inaccurate, which means the farther away an enemy is, the less damage you're going to do. Which blows. This means you see this sort of inner radius. That's our full damage radius. And then every square beyond that is minus 15% damage. Which sucks for us. I mean, that's the way the balance goes. It used to be you could just fucking plunk away at full damage from infinity squares away with a longbow. But nay, that has been nerfed. So let's just fire a couple shots. Oh, I forgot to indicate there was a skull without a question mark icon that let us know that we were guaranteed to kill an enemy. Now we're not quite guaranteed to kill this runner with a Shadow Bolt, but as long as we don't roll minimum damage. Hey, we didn't roll minimum damage. Aren't you proud of me? Let's fire off our 3rd Shadow Bolt over here at this clawer. Some of the clawers look different than each other. Like this guy looks like he's got kind of like a Cthulhu Illithid thing going on. This guy's got tentacles instead of claws, but they're all just basic bonches. You just got to look out for men with helmets and guys with split skulls. Wow, there is a quite loud truck backing up sound going on outside my window. It was quite distracting. All right, let's should we get going with our dear sweet Brielle, our melee friend. Unfortunately, the enemies are kind of far away, but let's move Brielle up here. Brielle's got a 2-handed sword, so she can hit for 96 to 118, just a massive amount of damage, and it can hit 2 targets in a line. That's cool. That will almost definitely one-shot any of the clawers we run into, but it costs 2 action points. We've also got Thrust, which does less damage. We can only do it twice per turn, only can target 1 enemy, but it does 20% more damage per tile traveled. So that's just an absurd amount of damage since we went all, like, the full extent of our movement. Now we can thrust for a freaking 169 to 207 damage, which is massive. It's huge. Oh, it looks like this guy's got panic. I don't know what panic is. Let's check out what Shadow... Does, like, Shadow Bolt do something? Why does he have panic? What is panic? I don't know. It says -2 panic, -2... Oh, panic is the... So our townspeople will get freaked out if these horrible monsters... What am I talking about? If these monsters get into our town, that's going to freak people out, and we're going to get less rewarded at the end of the day. And I don't know about you, but I want rewards. That's the long and short of it, mon frere. Let's move up a little bit just to get these runners within our inaccurate distance. I've only got one more use of this ding-dang quick shot. Let's all cross our fingers, huh? All right, so that was about as bad as it could have gone. We could do slow death, which would put a poison on this runner and a poison on this runner. It's all just fine. Let's put a slow death on you. What's cute about slow death, it also slows them. It's a cute little thing. And then let's put it on this armored man, this armored mutant man, and then we will back the fuck up. So they are poisoned now. They've got poison 40, you can see under their stat block, for 3 turns, so they'll take 40 damage every turn for 3 turns. Quite nasty. That should give us, I think it's damage at the start of their turn, at least it was in the previous build. We'll see how it turns out now, but even better is that poison goes right through armor. It just goes right to the health, so our slow death friend, Stormy, will be quite useful against armored targets. Yeah, so now there's a lot more of them, huh? Yeah, now we got a couple more. You can see they've overrun the sort of barricades that existed at the beginning of this mission. But yeah, we've got quite a fucking night on our hands, don't we? Quite a night indeed. This is when we might use something like Blaze, which we can only do once per round, but it's 3 action points and it's got Propagation 4, so it will hit multiple targets. It'll hit one target and then like chain into different ones. This is key with the Lightning Strike spell, which is fucking phenomenal. It has Propagation 9 and it does 62 to 140 damage, so it'll just fucking go crazy right through all these enemies. It'll only propagate to adjacent things, but that means it can propagate to Brielle, which we do not want. Let's see. Let's try to get a nice big kill there. Then we can, let's see. If we roll down over here, we can thrust that runner. And then 1, 2, and then charge. That'll leave us with 1 left, and then we can thrust that runner. Okay, so let's roll over here. Thrust this runner. Since the runners are low HP, that gives us quite a good ways to go. If we go down here, we can use our charge ability, which is just delightful. But it costs 1 action, 1 mana, and it actually costs us a movement, which is it's cute because we're dashing, we're doing a little charge, and this can hit up to 3 enemies in a line for quite considerable damage. Then let's do a thrust on you. Yeah, and we will just okay. So we've got 1 action point left. We could charge up into this friend and do a just delicious cleave on these 2 runners and 1 armored. However, I'm thinking that we instead drop a lightning strike right now, because lightning strike does a shit ton of damage. If we drop it up here, yeah, it's much less likely for it to propagate all the way down onto Sweet Brielle. So what let's do is now, if we charge, we'll kill the 2 runners, we'll hurt the armored. We're going to take damage, but ooh, we actually got a high roll in the armored. That's very nice indeed. So now that armored is dead. What wouldst we do now? We could, I'm thinking we want to pop some slow deaths on armored, and armored over here. We got the range for it? Yeah. Boop, he's poisoned. That's fantastical. We're going to need to move up 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. That's a lot of spaces. Let's try dropping a Shadow Bolt on this friendly little mug, this friendly little goblin. We could drop our Fireball, which is our other big spell that our Tome of Secrets has. It hits enemies in a cross and a cardinal, whatever the freaking term for it would be. We could kill these 4, which would be pretty sweet, especially because it might kill that armored who's about to get just a bunch of HP back. Whew, sorry, my nose is a little bit stuffy, and I do not like it. Dang darn. Let's undo that move. Thankfully, that's something that it lets you do if you just misclick on a friend, or on a space instead of a movement. It does let you undo movements. It does not let you undo attacks, which is quite frightening. If you accidentally attack a friend, which you can do, like we can just shoot a friend right here, but it does give you a little indicator like, hey, don't shoot a friend. And I'm like, you know, maybe I can shoot a friend. Maybe you can't tell me what to do. All right, we've got slow poison on these 3 armored. This armored is just dead, just delightful. Let's do a quick shot to take out just some of these little straggalos, these low HP stragglers. I do, as much as I'm like, about the hand crossbow in general, I do like its sort of synergy with lightning bolt to clear out low HP stragglers of people who survive the lightning. This is, let's just shoot this guy. At least we get as much damage as we can. Sometimes they do say pretty fun stuff. They say hasta la vista. It's because there's a lot of mist. You get it? Do you get it? I get it. It makes me laugh a little bit. I can't fucking deny it. Let's try to finish off this armored man with a Shadow Bolt. What a great roll. And we are out of stuff. I mean, we could move. Let's move Rolando over next to Stormy, just in case I've miscalculated some shit and Stormy's about to get surrounded. No. Instead it is just, ouch, Beloucho. Okay, Brielle took a shit ton of damage from that. We've got to get gotta be more cautious with Brielle or smarter. Now the sort of the moonometer, if you will, has reached its maximum point, so there are only 50 enemies left. Hooray! There's effectively 47 because these 3 armoreds are about to just completely beef it as soon as their turn rolls around. I would love to launch a lightning bolt with its damage propagation abilities right through these Chunklefunks. Unfortunately, Brielle is trapped in there. We've got to clear Brielle out of there first. I'm thinking we use a Shadow Bolt, and then maybe some quick shots. Let's see, if we go up here, we can kill this friend and possibly that one. Ah, 1 HP. One of them? 1 HP? That's not what I want. Let's do another quick shot. Hit this friend and this friend. Pow, pow. All right. I'm fine with that. That lets Brielle get the freak out. Should we do a chop that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? The problem with the lightning bolt is that, let's say we start the lightning bolt here. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it can either go up this way, where it will stop here, or it can go up this way, where it will theoretically go all the way up here. But it's got an alternate path that it can go for less damage. So let's do a chop here, which gets rid of those two neatly. Let's thrust this friend completely into a grave. We can go down here and sort of set ourselves up for a charge. If we could, we actually can't because we're out of movement points, but that's okay. We will Shadow Bolt this old lady claw, and then that leaves us a nice single line for our lightning strike. So let's drop it here. That was a pretty high roll for the old lightning strike. I'd love to see it. Let's start dropping a Shadow Bolt on these little flankos, these cute little flankers that they've got going on. Don't love it. I'm not a fan. I'll say this much. How many more shots of quick shot do we have? I think we've only got one more quick shot left. So what let's do is let's try a Blaze. Oh, Blaze is also multi-hit. Ooh, that's nice. I forgot about that. And you can never forget about Blaze. So let's drop a Blaze there, and let's drop a Blaze. Let's drop 2 Blazes up there. The unfortunate problem with Blaze being multi-hit, it's still a 50, or it still suffers from the inaccurate penalty. But that did let us get off, a pretty significant amount of chip damage everywhere. Let's put the quick shot there and there. And now we are out of quick shots. Oh, I should have put a slow death on this armored friend, but he's not going to get to us anyway, so we've at least got some time. Let's move Rolando back as well. I'm hoping that the enemies will go after us instead of our walls here. A little counterintuitive, I feel, but the longer we can keep the walls, these stone walls, they're called ruin walls. We can't repair them. The wooden walls we can repair, but they're shittier. The ruin walls just is just a rough stuff. It's just rough stuff, McGruff. Okay, we got any cool lines? We do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a pretty decent line. We've also got a nice one up here for our lightning strike. What should we do here? All right, we've got also just a straight up actual line, so we could go 1, 2, charge, and then charge again. And I think that's the play. There'll be 2 action points. It'll get rid of those runners, and then we might be able to just charge it again, or something. Let's alternate. No. Let's do this. We'll start with a Shadow Bolt. We will do a move up into a slow death, and a slow death, and a quick shot. Hopefully. It was miserable. Freaking lame as a Rob. Alright, well, it's inefficient, but we're doing what we can. Let's move back over here, actually, and 1 and a 2. Really make sure that one went into the ground. And we'll just might as well do a freaking slow death over here, huh? Just might as well. And you take back 1 step. You, my petite chérie, you can do a charge onto this friend, and then another charge into these 3. Delicious. It's choice. And then let's do a big hack, and then we can take a step down. And we've got 2 action points left. Let's do a punch. Every character can also punch, so technically not everything is restricted to equipment, but the punch sucks. I could have done a thrust. That would have been a hilarious amount of damage, but I didn't. So there. Our worn heavy armor also gives us the ability to fortify, which gives us +5 block for a turn. We can use it twice per turn. So now our block is 10, so we just flat reduce incoming damage by 10, which is, chef's kiss, delightful. Let's see, what should we do? Let's throw a lightning strike up there. What a perfect propagation. It went all the way around. What a delightful show. Oh, we've got a new enemy type as well. We've got dodgers. They're a little bit tankier than clawers, both in HP. They got 10 more HP, and they have a 5% chance to dodge, which is, let me tell you, really freaking annoying. There were some real assholes who could dodge in the previous version of the demo that I played, and boy howdy, did I hate playing against them. Just wow. Oh, you can see this guy's got a purple exclamation point. That means he's technically within city limits. So our city panic is increasing. City panic also increases when buildings are damaged, not including walls, because, I mean, they're walls. That's what they're there for. All right, let's start shooting off some shadow bolts. Yeah, shadow bolts. That's what they are. Let's hit this dodger. All right, not the best roll, not the worst roll. Let's end our turn. We've only got 24 enemies left. So once you hit like the end of the night, there's not more spawning back here. There might be some that are slightly concealed by the mist, like this armored man. I don't think we could see beforehand, but now we certainly can. Look at this line. Oh my goodness, what a freaking perfect line. But they're getting in down through here. I don't like that. Let's fire off our favorite, the one, the only, the lightning strike. Ooh! What a choice lightning strike. It's not like the most efficient thing we could have done because there was a couple of, there was at least one armored who was going to die anyway, but got rid of the dodgerman as well. If we charge here, then we can possibly kill both these friends. Alright, so we move up and we quick shot. Hopefully we can... these low rolls. This freaking hill of low rule. Let's move over to here and do a nice big hew. Is that what it's called? No, it's called slash. So let's do a slash and then like a punch, because who cares? And we'll move over here. We'll do a thrust. Yeah. Now we go. Can we charge and get this friend? We can. Delightful. What an effective turn for you, Brielle. That was 6 kills. Delicious. Delightful. I love it. Let's start launching. Or no, let's do a quick shot. Technically, it's still not 100%. There we go. A quick shot on these two. You can see the skull here doesn't have a question mark, like it would against another type of enemy. That means they are guaranteed to die. I love that. So even if this game has like damage ranges like 27 to 37, it'll still give you like alright, with all the fucking modifiers involved, you're still pretty likely to kill it. Or you are guaranteed to kill it with all your modifiers involved. Let's move up 2 and pop that slow death on this armored gentleman. We can move all the way over here and pop the slow death on both of these two, but let's do it on this one, and then have a little. We'll see what we can do with our wizard Rolando. Rolando is out of freaking mana. Don't worry, there are things we can do about that, but lightning strike is pretty mana intensive, and I like it a lot. I don't know what to tell you. It's just really good. It combos well with the hand crossbow being able to do chip damage. I like it. Let's see if we can get... Alright, well, that was a low friggin' roll. So let's see how many... We only have one quick shot left. So let's land it on this friend and this friend. High roll. Yeah, and put our last slow death on this armored gentleman, even though his armor is already down. It's just fine. If we roll Rolando up here, there goes the slow deaths. That actually pinned this claw in place. And then they hurt Rolando, which sucks, but he's got a significant amount of armor, so it's not the worst thing that could have happened. All right, now we've only got 6 enemies left. Easy game, an easy game for kids. I'm saying that facetiously. This game is difficult. It was difficult when it was the version that I played over PAX Online. It is difficult the version that I did a little test run to, it's just like yesterday, I think it was, and it's still probably going to be difficult going forward. This is definitely a punishing game, but it's designed. It's a roguelike in a very real way. We don't know what types of enemies we're gonna get. We don't know which direction they're gonna come from, and that's more relevant than you would think, just because the town is asymmetrical. Like, enemies coming from the north and the east, it's a different experience than coming from the south and the west, both of which have, like, little lakes. Like, the west is it's a huge lake, and so it's a much, a smaller front to defend. And the south has a slightly smaller front to defend, because it's got a lake over here and a lake over here, so they kind of, like, wiggle around through here instead. Whereas the east, it's just massive and a small lake. And then the north, no lakes, baby. It's just empty freaking space. It's rough stuff, McGruff. All right, back to the game itself. So we don't know, as it's a roguelike, we don't know where the enemies are going to come from. There's a couple of different enemy types that we will see as the nights go on. Let's just end our turn there, because this friend is just dead to that slow death. Delightful. We've been to hell and back. All right, we survived at night, which shows us how much stuff we killed. This gives us experience. The experience gets shared amongst our heroes, which is so nice. It used to not be shared amongst our heroes, which blew. As you would have some people that would just not get kills, and that makes for sad times. But let's continue. Now we get rewards based on our panic level for the town. There was one enemy that got inside the town limits that increased our panic. But the less panic you get, the more rewards you get. So we got 100 gold, 100 materials, and an item that we get to choose. There's 3 items that we get to choose from. Ooh. So these are all green items, which means they have like little extra stuff on them. So these pants, they're no different from the Worn Greaves that we've got on Rolando, but they have plus 10% reliability, which means they're more likely to roll higher on his on the damage ranges for the weapon attacks. Worn medium armor that has plus 8 daily health regen. That's not bad at all. And Master's Wand, which gives block? What? I mean, it's not bad. A wand that gives block. How very strange. These are all great items. I love the wand. The wand is a weapon, much like our Tome of Secrets. It's got a different single target ability, which has a tighter damage range than the Shadow Bolt that we were using from our Tome. It's also got Transfer, which can give an action point from the user to a friend. And it's got Magic Missiles, which is like it's like the ultimate hand crossbow. It targets. It's got multi-hit 4, so it can hit 4 targets and it hits them pretty solidly. So it's another good combination with the hand crossbow. Unfortunately, the Master's Wand gives it minus 15% resistance, which I don't love. I think we're going to go with the Worn Greaves. That's just good. It's just good stuff. All right. We also get Damned Souls just by killing enemies. That will apparently go into some sort of meta-game permanent upgrades, as it says here. But we don't have access to that because it's a demo. So this is the last spell. We're going to keep going. We can only play through 5 nights in the last spell demo, but it gets really freaking hard. And so next time on Tim Friend, we'll show you what the daytime phase is like, and we'll go into the next night, and because there'll be less explanation of what the combat is like. Hopefully, it'll be faster. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you tune in next time for more of the last spell. I really cannot iterate enough that I love this game to pieces, even though I've only played a demo, and it's not a perfect game because nothing is perfect, but I do love it a lot. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful day, everybody. Remember to, worship the algorithm as we are often forced to do by liking, commenting, and subscribing, ringing the bell for notifications, etc. And continue to be my friend. Bye, everybody.
We're Tim Friend.